I welcome you all for technical session 2. The session has 4 paper presentations. The first paper is on the topic Pedestrian Crossing Behavior Influences Injury Severity in Urban Cities of India by Satyananda Sethi. The second paper is on a microstructural study of self-compacting concrete infield steel tubes subjected to elevated temperatures by Atik Ullah Khan and Dr. N.S. Kumar. Third paper is on designing a database for a construction company to monitor construction projects by Abdul Al Rahman Gali and Vaishali M. Patankar. The fourth paper of the session is an overview of communal use of green building materials and their management for healthy living, which paves way to sustainable development by R. Sivaretina Mohan and S. Sujata. We have the panel discussion after the 4 technical paper presentations. Technical session 2 will be chaired by Dr. Jagdish H.S. from BMS College of Engineering and Dr. Abhijit C.C. from Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering. I take this opportunity to proudly say I was a student of both Dr. Jagdish H.S. as well as Dr. Abhijit C.C. during my post-graduation studies. A brief introduction about the chairpersons. Dr. Jagdish H.S. is a professor in Department of Civil Engineering, BMSCE, Bangalore. He is a former Dean of Placement at BMS College of Engineering and presently Advisor, Placement and Training, BMSCE. He is also the Director of International Cooperation Division for BMS Educational Trust for International Collaborations, presently in charge of BMS University. He is working as consultant to various highway construction firms with regard to design of payments, design of road geometrics, traffic forecasting, and traffic management, etc. He has published about 35 national and international papers and guided 4 PhD scholars. He has guided more than 50 MTech and undergraduate projects. Presently, he is guiding 2 full-time and 1 part-time PhD candidates. He was appointed as advisor member task force for road improvement works of SH and MDRs in Karnataka state by Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka. Presently, he is member advisory committee BTRAC 2020, an initiative by Government of Karnataka for upgradation and improvement of traffic in the city of Bangalore. He is also advisor to Government of Karnataka as Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagarapalike Advisory Council. He is a member of White Topping Committee, Government of Karnataka, for inspecting and advising ongoing white topping works. He has visited about more than 20 countries for paper presentation, conferences, and consultancy assignments. Sir, it is a pleasure to have you with us today, and we wholeheartedly welcome you. Dr. Abhijit C.C.
Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Abhijit C.C. is a professor at Department of Civil Engineering, Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering. He is a doctorate in civil engineering, highway engineering, with over 25 years of teaching experience and 20 years of consultancy experience in execution of various civil works such as national highways, state highways, water supply, and sanitation projects. He is experienced in designing of highways, highway intersections, highway alignment as per MORTH and IRC standards, conducting necessary traffic survey and transportation studies, and preparing DPR for highway projects, quality control, and technical supervision of roads and bridge constructions, and conducting town or layout surveys and designing water supply and sanitary system for the same. He is very well conversant with MORTH, IS, BS, IRC specifications, and FIDIC conditions of contract. Sir, I wholeheartedly welcome you to the program.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for the introduction.
Thank you, sir. Now I request the chairpersons to take over the session.
Thank you, madam, once again. I welcome Professor Jagdish sir for this conference. I first of all thank him for accepting our invitation to be the chair for this particular session. To start with the first paper, so the presenter, Mr. Satyananda Sethi. So are you available? Mr. Satyananda Sethi, please unmute your mic and do talk to us. Mr. Satyananda Sethi. The author of the paper, Pedestrian Crossing Behavior Influences Injury Severity in Urban Cities in India. Mr. Satyananda Sethi, are you available? Okay, we'll see the next paper we'll get back to this person later. Mr. Atik Ullah Khan Dr. N.S. Kumar.
Yes, sir. I'm Atiqullah Khan. I'm available, sir.
Yeah. So a paper, I mean, your title of the paper is a microstructural study on self-compacting concrete infilled steel tubes subjected to elevated temperatures. You can please share
Yes,
your
sir.
screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, make it full screen.
Yes, I'm making.
Slideshow.
This is the first paper. Second one.
I mean, the first paper is not, I mean, he didn't respond, so I asked the second paper to present.
Sir, I unable to share my screen, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you are enabled, your screen is visible now.
No, sir, this is not my screen. Some
This
other.
is the second one. This is the first paper.
This is the first paper.
Yeah.
Please wait. Please wait. I think the first person is available. So let us see if he can.
Yeah, okay, sir. No problems.
Yeah. Mr. Satyananda Sethi, are you, can you hear me? Unmute your mic. Mr. Satyananda Sethi. I don't know what's happening with this person. He has put the screen on and he is not talking.
Professor Abhijit, you can, if we have this thing, access, you can close the screen and.
Yeah, I think.
Good morning, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Sethi, you are available.
Yes, sir.
Audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Sorry for
Good
the
morning.
interruption.
Yeah.
Please start. Please start.
Sir. Yes, sir. Good morning,
Yeah.
one and all. Myself, Sri Satyanand Sethi. I am holding the HOD Civil Jharsuguda Government Engineering School, Odisha, and I am a PhD scholar of VSSCT Burla University. I am doing my research under the guidance of Professor Sudhanshu Sekhar Das, who is the Dean of the university. Later, I will start. My today's my topic is a presentation on pedestrian crossing behavior, influence injury severity in urban cities of India. I'm very much thankful to team and authority of Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering to giving this opportunity to present this paper. I'm also thankful to my guide to help me for this preparation of the projects. And this paper contains holding the contents, introduction, and literature review, and drawbacks of the previous researches, and scope to the future study, methodology, then data analysis and discussion, then conclusion, future scope, with references. Safety of the pedestrian road crossings. Due to a heavy population with the increase of vehicular growth rate, there is impose of regulation on motor vehicles, but enforcing laws on pedestrian is completely rejected. The number of accidents in India is 3 times higher than that prevailing in developed countries. Like age and gender are also a major factor which influences the pedestrian crossing behavior. The less educated pedestrian travel to the along with their behavior of the pedestrian is also a factor for the injury severity in the urban cities of India. There is some thesis we have been studied, and I have been studied, and some findings are there, like from author Jen et al. In 2014, they're finding that the duration of crossing time varies from 4 to 10 seconds based on the different age group. The children are crossing the roads with high speed than the young and older pedestrians. And Juang and all in 2011, they studied that about 65.70% of pedestrians are not serious about look the vehicle, even arriving at the curb and before crossing up the road. And out and all in 2017, what they're finding that pedestrians are often compelled to run in the crossing of the roads before allocated green time elapsed. And in Mayono in 2002, they find that young pedestrians between 17 years and 25 years age consistently score higher on model competence and then adults. And Khatun and all in 2013, they found that male and young adults have higher probability of road crossing as compared to female and older persons. These are the findings of the authors, and what are the drawbacks? I will be in the second. In Kadali and all 2013, the shortcomings are there. They assume that the pedestrian change their direction is always same in different conditions and consider as that in a binary conditions. What are the scope is there? In the real field, the pedestrian may change their crossing pattern in the different ways according to their suitability. In Khatun and all, in 2013, in their research, their shortcomings are they were not correlate the observed risk with the actual crashes as actual data was not collected. From this, we can have a scope that to narrate such type of corrections, we need to collect required data and from police records for a long period. From that, we can calculate some data and to find out some future scope. In Zhuang and all, 2011, their shortcomings in the papers are in the methodology. There is some data are missing, some missed to collect during the collection because of heavy traffic and heavy pedestrian flow, as they said in the paper. And what is the scope? For the properly observing each pedestrian, we can use high definition wide angle cameras along with a data collection systems. These are the scopes. And then we have gone for through a methodology by high definition camera. The field questionnaire is like survey was conducted on the peak hour of their day, one a day in a city in different conditions. What are the data? In variable are age, education, monthly income, and situation pedestrian. The items are below 18 age, then 18 to 30 age, then 31 to 55 age, and like that. And education, in education, we have made the group like primary and above, high school, bachelor, and master degree. Like monthly income, from the monthly income means how their lifestyle and all, like that their incomes are has been shown in the recorded, that is below 5,000, then 5 to 10,000 and 11,000 around that. And situations also we have taken the situations of the pedestrian according to their road, if they are in hurried or moderate hurried or most hurried. If they are hurried, then they will not listen to you. If you are moderate hurried, they will listen, but they are not interested to give your answers sometime. But most hurried, they will not listen to you, they will not bother about you, and they will cross the road as usual. They will not bother about what you are doing in the survey. These are the situations we have taken and the variables we have taken. Then after collecting the videos, different location data collector present the record from the record information. From the information, we found what to be done and how to be done and what are the next methodologies to be adopted. See, there is a pedestrian users collection. We have data collected in based on the age. 28, the red mark is below 18 years, then 18 to 30, that is there, and 31 to 55, then 55, above than 55, or that is there. In education also, there is, we have shown a graph at primary education and above, high school, then bachelor and master and above. That is master and above has been shown. Then monthly income, based on that, you can see that below 5,000, 5 to 10,000, and 11 to 20,000, above than 20,000. And situation of the pedestrian, we have shown over here in a graph how the percentage is there. Moderate hurried are more based on the most hurried and not hurried, which is the in between that not hurried and most hurried. Next slide. That variation of time with respect to the age and gender of the pedestrian. Children pedestrian are taking 17.87% more waiting time due to fear to cross the road than the adult. While observing the data, we found that children are following their elders. They will fear to cross the road. They will wait for a time. But when their elders are yet to start the road crossing, they will run and they will cross the road. They want to cross the road in a hurry, then speed up that. Then due to that, accident may occur, whereas the children are taking, we have found that 21.9% is less than to cross the road following their elders. Survey results shows that elder pedestrians are more liable to taking risky crossing by decreasing both waiting time and crossing time than the elders. Pedestrian, however, children are taking less time due to their childishness. So because of their childishness, they are following their elders. So that is happening. And also we have taken the female and male pedestrian. Female pedestrian waiting time and crossing time is more than that of the male pedestrian, because sometimes females are having their baggages, their childs, and sometimes they are having their kids along with them. The result shows that the male pedestrians are more willing to violate the traffic rules and taking more risk crossing the behavior of the female person. We cannot say that they are the violator, but because of their pro-children's, because of their risky and their household people, that's what they are also in that. But that is also we have to take in consideration that women are not violator, but we have to give some emphasizing some modern techniques for the women's, and how the things they will take the they can take the privilege to cross the road and with safety. Then we have taken some data from crime branch of Odisha. As we are in Odisha, we have done the research number of the pedestrian killed, and as of the pedestrian, you can see that over here 25 to 30 years, like younger one is more killed during their crossing of the road, as they are not aware, as they are not interested to take more following to the regulation, and they are not however they are aware about the things, but they are not interested to follow the rules and regulation, as they are in hurry and their freakiness and their youngerness, like in India. We have found that young male pedestrians are the vulnerable group of a system. There is a high rate of accident occurs in age 18 to 54 for their carelessness, aggressive behavior during the crossing. Whenever you will ask also there, during questionnaires also found that whenever we want to question to the younger pedestrians, they will not bother about you, what you are asking and what other things. And during also, we can see that even though we are asking about to wear the helmets, where to see the roadsides, they will not bother about you. So for that, we have to make a strong rule and regulation for that, and some facility we have to provide over there to make them in safer sites. From this observation, we conclude that the male pedestrians have significantly faster walking speed than female pedestrians. Male pedestrians are more willing to violate the traffic rules as they are male, and children and younger pedestrians are to be significant guided and motivated by their guardians regarding traffic safety. Due to lack of awareness and less education cause motor vehicles pedestrian accidents. Based on the lifestyle of the developing country like India, people are not serious about the road safety guidelines because they are always to make themselves to develop, and they are hurry to compete with their other people. They want to make themselves to more and higher than their lifestyles. The duration of waiting time and crossing time the pedestrian can be used, develop a safety model for them, awareness, company implementation of rule program to be organized with the coordination of the road users to like the pedestrians. Because only we can't implement, or we can prepare some rules, or we cannot force the rules and regulation onto the pedestrian. We have to take them also into that part to prepare the rules and regulation, and we have to take some feedbacks from them. Then only we can implement the rules and regulation for betterment of the pedestrian rules. The future scope, what we found to make over here, that induction of a broad in-depth knowledge about safety to be aware among the road users by the road safety authorities. As I told in the last slide, that we have to take into account the pedestrians, that we have to we have to take their feedbacks, and we have to make discussion regularly with them. Then only we can find out that some better rule and regulation to acknowledge them. Acknowledged by them. Design the extension of car width at the crossings to control the speed of the vehicle and smooth pedestrian at the crossing. During the when the crossing at the crossing, we have to make the control the speed of the vehicle by providing some lighting arrangement on and all, and some facility we can provide over there for smooth pedestrian crossing. When for that curve, the vehicle will be the vehicle speed will be lesser, then they can cross, the pedestrian will be and get through that. Automatic light reflector system can be installed to the road to specify the crossing time for the pedestrian during the night vision. As night vision, drivers are using the light like deeper and higher, then that will be also maybe problem. Then at the crossings, there will be some lighting arrangement will be provided for the duration of crossing of the road. For the pedestrian, we have to make some arrangement of lights. Then the driver can alert before that pedestrian crossing at the road, so we can make safe the pedestrian crossing at the road. Solar-based automatic green and red light analysis to introduce widely different location at the mixed traffic condition for betterment safety of the pedestrian. As in India, there is a problem in electrification and all, we can provide all those things. So we can adopt the automatic system, then driver can visualize all those things in before the time, before reaching it there. and people also that whoever the pedestrian also, they can see that when they have to cross the road and what is the time period for them, they have to be alert before, and they can cross the road with a safety. Analysis of pedestrian crosses at a different types of junction with a traffic control system. A case study we can make some analysis of pedestrian crosses, different type of junctions. A case study also can be done, analysis of pedestrian accident and death according to the vehicular characteristics and road conditions. Like pedestrian accident, we have to take in condition road characteristics, like road is gooder one and better one, or it is NH or SH, or it is a district headquarter, or that is in slippery condition, in how the road condition in the according to their weather condition, in rainy how it is, in sunny how it is, how the people are using the road, and what is the time period of peak hour, and all those things we have to take account. And the vehicular characteristics also we have to find out. What is the vehicular going on, who are traveling, and what are the types of vehicle, whether it is a goods vehicle, it is a school vehicle, or it is a bikers, whether it is a cycles, what are the types of vehicle, and what are the drivers, what are the vehicular characteristics, we have to find it out. So that case study also we can make it out, and then we have to make the separate things for the pedestrian. These are the things. So these are the references I have taken. Thank you for your patience. If any queries, I will be there for the things, and thank you very much all of you to have a patience. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Satyananda Sethi. I mean, you
Sir.
can please close the screen.
Yes, sir.
Stop sharing, and be available.
Sir.
Be available for the question
Yes, sir,
and
I'm there.
sessions. I mean, which will be there at the end, at around 1:30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there.
Okay, so
Yes,
please
sir.
be on.
Thank you, sir.
Be available. Okay.
Sir.
Thank you. It was a nice presentation. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Atikullah Khan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, now you can share your screen.
Yes, sir.
This is a paper on microstructural study on self-compacting concrete infilled steel tubes subjected to elevated temperatures.
I couldn't able to share my screen, sir.
The center button, which is share screen, is it green in color?
1 second.
If you just pull down the mouse, so you can see there are some logos which pops up, and the center one is share screen. You'll have to keep your presentation open before doing it.
Yes, sir. Already opened, sir. But here screen share option is not here.
We have given permission to everybody to share screen.
It is showing some options, sir. Microsoft, Google Drive, but screen option is not here. Documents is showing.
At the bottom of the screen, when you pull down your mouse, some buttons will pop up. Can you see that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yeah,
in
even
that there
here,
is a share screen.
green option is also there.
Yeah, if it is there, then you have got a share option. Share permission.
When I click here, showing number of options, but screen share option is not there, sir. Means Microsoft.
No. I mean, once you click that, your presentation should be visible on a window. If your presentation is visible on a window, click that and share.
Professor Abhijit, what you can do is that you can ask him to mail to you, and then you can share it later. And then in the meanwhile, you can ask the third presenter to share the screen.
Yeah, I mean, do that. Please share. I mean, you mail your presentation to the mail ID given to you, and we will share it from our side, and later on you can present it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. No problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So the next presenter, Alram Gali, is he available? Are you available? Vaishali M.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, Abdurrahman.
Please present your, your topic is designing and database for a construction company to monitor construction projects.
Yes, sir.
Can you share the presentation first?
Okay. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, I'll start my presentation. So
make it full screen. I mean, you're presenting it in Word. Is it a PDF file or a PPT?
Yes, it's PPT. Just a minute.
If it is PPT, make it full screen. Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Greetings, everyone. My paper title is Design a Database for Project Management Office in a Construction Company to monitor construction projects. First, let me start with the content. I'll start with define the project management office, then project management office models, then difference between the tasks of project managers and the project management office, project management office maturity levels in companies, then designing the database and the results. So the need for the project management office in most companies stems from the necessity to execute strategy and deliver results. In a guide to the project management body of knowledge, the project management office PMO is defined as an organizational structure that standardizes the project-related governance processes and facilitates the sharing of resources, methodologies, tools, and techniques. The responsibilities of PMO can range from providing project management support function to the direct management of one or more projects. In the paper, I mentioned about 28 project management office models. I will explain 10 in this seminar, which each function. First one, project support office. It provides internal consulting for project management activities. The second one, project management center of excellence, assuring up-to-date methodologies and skills in project management. Program management office promotes complete authority over the projects and responsibility for recruiting and developing project managers. Project selection and alignment of priority with work strategy. Project repository model emphasizes tools and data. Project coaching model provides training, monitoring, and other assistance of project manager to project manager. Enterprise PMO oversees the project management and function. Deliver value now provides focus on the total project portfolio and link the organization goal and assets. Consulting PMO and knowledge PMO, standard PMO. So the difference between the task of project management office and project manager. Project management office, it sees the project from a board institutional perspective, whereas the project manager focus on project requirements. Project management office, it seeks on achieve the goals of the institution, whereas the project manager focus on achieving project goals. PMO expand the resource that participate in projects within the organization. Project manager controls the project resource according to the project aim. PMO, it gives the general development reports for a project in the form of standardized reports. Project manager gives project reports. Among the goals achieved by the presence of project management offices within the companies uh, is to contribute the reducing the number of failed projects by 31%, as well as 30% of the project are being implemented within the budget set for them. 19% of the project are being implemented before the deadline of delivery. An improvement in productivity by 21% and achieving cost saving of 17% of the total project cost. The maturity level of project management office in the companies has been classified into 5 levels, as shown in the figure. First level, in which the PMO is considered immature and the operations are characterized by randoms, and the percentage of companies within this level is about 14%. The second level, project management practice are implemented but need to improvement in performance. And the percentage of companies in this level about 52%. The third level, there's growth, development, and success in the performance of the office. The percentage of companies in this about 25%. The fourth level is project management office is considered fully mature, and the percentage of companies is about 8%. Fifth level, considered the top of the pyramid, and the percentage of companies about 1%. So designing the database. The aim of designing the database is to migrate the existing information from current project management system followed by random papers and various documents to a new system that's automated using one of the programming languages, so that can be accessed quickly and save in time, efforts, and obtain information promptly and in an attractive graphic manner that is distinguished by its ability to deal with the information and not to repeat the data that make up a rule, which is required to be logically linked, and the ability to work on it in terms of addition or deletion. Uh, 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 by applying design database rules and through the Java program using SQL and as a programming language, and after collecting all information from the reality of project and companies, work was done to design an electronic program for project management office to manage projects through it, control the movement of materials within the company's warehouses, achieve the optimal distribution of resources between projects, and follow up and know the completion rates of and compare them with the planned and find the appropriate solution and issue periodic reports to the higher management. I'm showing in this figure the main interface of the program uh, and how can we can enter the data. So first, after the contract between the owner, the implementing, and the designer of the project, determining the contract period uh, and its cost and time, and setting general and special conditions, the project data is entered by this interface. We entered all necessary data about the project, its name, its location, etc., and all necessary information about the contract, such as start date, receive date, end date, all the necessary information we can enter by this interface. Then we enter the personal human resources data working within the project, such as employee name, category, certificate, etc. and then determine the job title, the tasks required of each employee within the project, and determining the basic salary, taking into account additional deduction and uh, incentives. Um, then this interface shows the determining the equipment used within the project and the date of work for each of them, and the statement number of working hourly cost, driver's cost, maintenance cost, etc. We can enter all the necessary information about the equipment by this interface. So then we enter the material, we enter the indication of the imported quantities, withdrawn quantities, and the available balance of each material within the warehouse. Then temporarily monthly work statements for the work performed monthly or according to the agreed data. And finally, we entered the items of the estimate disclosure, and then the monthly planned and executed works and the data of implementation of each work. After we entered all necessary information, we get this results. And in this interface, we can get any report about any project. Uh, so uh, this report explains it's a scheme. Just 1 minute. It's a scheme of completion percentage in a project in 3 intervals, and this report of materials withdrawn from a project warehouse. We can get any report about any information that we entered about in the database. Uh, after completing the entry of the daily data of the project, which explains the executed works, their quantities, and the expenditure of human resource equipment, and bring it to the site, it's necessary to issue periodic follow-up reports, monthly, annual, and to company's senior management. Through the earned value management system, the project management office regularly monitors the performance of project, as it's considered an effective tool to link in the actual completion of the planned work within the project with the time that has elapsed and the cost that was spent compared to the project's time and financial plan. Uh, After knowing the values of each of the uh, planned value, earned value, and actual cost at any period of any project's life, depending on the completed and planned works, the project's earned value equation can be calculated. So, according to these values, we know the project's status. Uh, in this report, we calculate the earned value, and this graph of planned value, earned value, and actual cost value for the project. By comparing the results in the reports with the significance of the performance, we find that the project is late in time than planned and exceed the budget that was allocated contractually, because SV is lesser than 0 and SPI lesser than 1, CV lesser than 0 and CPI lesser than 1. So according to the result mentioned above, about the status of the project exceeding the cost and the planned time, the project manager must read and analyze them carefully, know the cause of problems and whether it's critical or not, apply corrective measures to his project, and discuss possible options to restore the project into a correct path, and recording all the problems occurring and how to solve them within record lessons learned to avoid falling into later projects. Uh, the conclusion, the earned value methodology can be considered the best monitoring system as it relies on reliable data and offers many benefits that distinguish it from the traditional methods of monitoring project during the implementation phase, including uh, an integrated program to objectively control project elements, cost and time, and anticipate their future trends and potential risks with corrective change to projects. Integrate scope, schedule, and cost based on the work breakdown structures. SPI and CPI provides an early warning indication of current project time and budget. Is to extracting periodic reports weekly, monthly, or quarterly, which represents a good tools for communicating with those involved in the project, helping to identify the types of problems the project is going through. Uh, the presence of comprehensive computer program for all project phases within the project management office secure access to required information as quickly as possible and in more attractive graphical manner while saving time and efforts, as well imparts a sense of organization and accuracy to the project and all the theme behind it. The benefits of PMO can be summarized in the following points: and accuracy and decision making and project control, saving cost and resource management, and supports. These are the references. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Gully.
Thank you, sir.
You'll ask some queries if there are any. At the end, please stay.
Okay.
Professor Abhijit, are you still there?
Okay.
Yes, I am there. Mr. Gully, please introduce yourself.
Myself?
Yeah.
I'm Abdurrahman Ghali. I'm from Syrian Arab Republic. I study in India, master degree in construction management in Sikshao and Yusandan University.
Thank you. I mean, please be available for the question answer sessions. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Stop sharing the screen so that the other person can share.
Okay.
Abhishek, sir. Abhishek Pathak.
I think.
Sir,
Next.
the second paper is, I think the author is ready to present.
Yes, madam. Please share the presentation.
I think he's sharing through his PC.
Yeah, I'm sharing, ma'am. Is my screen visible?
Yes, visible.
Yes. So first of all, sir, I would like to thank Dr. Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering to give me an opportunity to present my paper in this international conference. So myself, Atiqullah Khan, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Hosea College of Engineering. So doing my research work under the guidance of Dr. N.S. Kumar. So today I'm presenting the paper on microstructural study of self-compacting concrete in filled steel tubes subjected to elevated temperatures. So first I would like to introduce about the CFST column. So this CFST column has got many advantages over the normal RCC column. A normal RCC column take the load in uniaxial direction means the stresses are induced in it in one direction, and some lateral confining stresses are also developed, but that is very in what you say small range because of lateral ties. Whereas here in CFST column, that is concrete filled steel tube column, so when the load is applied on this concrete filled steel tube column, you can see the left side here. So once the load is applied, the stresses are induced in the concrete as well as in the steel tube. Now, steel is also under the stress, concrete is also under the stress. And here in the steel tube, one extra stress is developing, that is hoop stress, circumferential stress, that try to compress, that try to confine the concrete filled inside the tube. Because of this, the concrete go under triaxial state of stress. So concrete can resist in three direction, and three direction stresses are going to develop. Because of that reason, this CFST column take more load compared to the RCC one. So this is one technical concept. In addition to this, it has formwork can be eliminated during the construction. Even the construction time can be saved faster, the construction, by using this. So many advantages are there. So when this column subjected to the fire or high temperature, obviously steel properties and concrete properties get changed. But here concrete is covered by the steel tube. If direct concrete is exposed to the temperature, that study is there in MS Shetty also, details has explained. In many journals, details has explained when concrete is exposed to high temperature, how the deterioration takes place. When this is the inside the steel tube, study is very lack of studies there in the journal papers. So my guide has suggested to carry out this study. So I have trying to bring out here what is the reason when this column subjected to the elevated temperature, why the load carrying capacity decreasing at micro level, what physical and chemical reactions are taking place inside the concrete. Because of that, the load carrying capacity is coming down under the fire. So this I'm trying to study here. So this is the our ISO graph, which is followed standard for the fire test. So here three types of tests can be done. One is fire resistance test, post resistance, post fire test, and pre-fire test. I'm here carrying out the pre-fire test. So pre-fire test means initially after preparing the specimen, after preparing the CFST column, it is subjected to the required temperature for which I want to test. So after heating that, then the sample specimen is taken and placed to the UTM machine for the test. So after the failure, a sample is taken from where it is failing, buckling will takes place. At the buckling zone, sample is collected, and that sample is sent for the microstructural study. So for microstructural study, I have carried out SEM scanning, electron microscope, energy dispersive X-ray, my spectroscopy, and X-ray diffraction. These are the analysis I have carried out to study the microstructure level of concrete. So these are my objectives I have decided. So these are some applications of CFST column. This is the present tower in Russia. It is not completed, 31-story tower, Mercury tower. So total 27 stories have completed so far. They're planning to complete this project in 2020. So we can see here in the middle of the building, they're introducing CFST columns. A whole building is twisted. So I don't know how they have designed this, how the seismic loads, lateral loads, how it is taking care. Special design they have done by the structural engineer. So there are some applications where the CFST columns are used. So experimental investigation here. So here I am studying this microstructure in two parts. One is the mechanical properties, and second one is microstructural properties. In mechanical properties, I try to evaluate load carrying capacity and weight loss due to the temperature of CFST column. Then in microstructure properties, SEM analysis is carried out to study morphology of the self-compacting concrete filled in the steel tube, and EDX to know the chemical compositions present at respective temperatures, and XRD is the analysis to know the crystallinity or amorphous of the material. So these are the material properties taken for the experiments. These are the tests carried out on SCC in fresh state. These are the results of those L box, U box, J ring, V funnel. And these are the Q test carried out after 28 days. These are split tensile test. So here he did testing of specimens I carried out. These are the results, experimental results. We can observe here with increase in the temperature, load capacity is decreasing. So why it is decreasing, that microstructural study is also I'm going to study here. These are the experimental results. Same is presented in the graph. So with different grades also have studied and with different slenderness ratio. So with increasing slenderness ratio, load carrying capacity is decreasing. Here I'm saying residual load carrying capacity. Residual means retain after hitting the column, it loses the strength. Suppose a column has a load carrying capacity, say 100 kilonewton. After it is subjected to 500 degrees centigrade, 600 degrees centigrade, a column load get reduced. The column may retain 80 kilonewton or 70 kilonewton of strength is left over, 30 will be lost. So that leftover strength we call as a residual load carrying capacity. Here we can see the percentage of that is here decreasing with increasing in the slenderness ratio, and also percentage of weight loss. We can see here concrete is inside the steel tube. Even after that it is losing its weight to 8 to 9%, maximum up to 600 degrees centigrade has tested. So this is a microstructure analysis. So in the microstructure analysis, we can observe this morphology of this images. So here some pores are coming in the figure D, and we can observe here some unblended cement particles. Okay. So because of this unblended concrete sample consists of irregular particles with micro pores, and this may be the reason for poor performance of to strength and durability. So this is one reason I found from the SIM. And from this EDX analysis, the chemical compositions we can see here. Silicon is there, calcium carbonate is there, and for only I have shown here two temperatures at 30 degree and at 200 degree. So here the percentage weight and atomic percentage weight are varying with the increasing temperature. Some components are rising, some components are decreasing. Sorry, elements. Some elements are decreasing, some elements are increasing here. If you observe here in the right side, oxide OK is there. That is 27% here at 30 degrees centigrade, and same is 29% at 200 degrees centigrade. Whereas here aluminum oxide is 8.59, whereas here it is 5.57. So some components elements are increasing with temperature and some are decreasing. That is also one reason for deterioration of mechanical properties of concrete. And XRD is there. So this peak lines indicates that it has some crystallinity, means it is more crystallinity, concrete is. And we observed here at 500 degrees centigrade, this component CH, that is calcium peroxide, this calcium peroxide is completely disappearing. Maybe because of that, strength is going to affect. So these are the some conclusions drawn based on the study. The load carrying capacity of self-comparative concrete is decreased to by 34% at 600 degrees centigrade, and the slenderness ratio, with increasing slenderness ratio, residual strength is decreasing, and calcium peroxide is disappearing at 400 degrees centigrade, whereas CSH gel decomposition, that is developed in the under dehydration process, so decompose gradually and is increases after 500 degrees centigrade, which influence the loss of strength in SCC, and weight loss is by 8.5% found with increasing at temperature. By the SEM analysis, due to the thermal incompatibility, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, they increasing the volume. Because of that, the bond getting weak between the cement paste and aggregates. That also one reason because of which a strength is going to lose by the SCC under steel tube. So these are some conclusions drawn. These are some references. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Mr. Atik. Please be with us. We will get back to you in the question answer session.
Okay, sir.
So please close your screen. Stop sharing the presentation. Now I request the last presenter of the day of this particular session.
Yes, sir. I am ready, sir. Dr. Sujata.
Dr.
Sujata and Dr. Sivaratnam.
Dr. Sujata. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So an overview of communal use of green building materials and their management for healthy living, which paves way to sustainable development. Madam, please introduce yourself and then share your screen.
Yes, sir. Sir, myself, Dr. S. Sujata, and I am the professor of K. Ramakrishnan College of Technology in the Department of Civil Engineering. This college is located in Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. And my co-author of this paper is Dr. R. Sivaratnam Mohan, Associate Professor of Christ University, Bangalore.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for the introduction.
Yes, shall I share my PPT, sir?
Yes, madam.
Sir, if the previous presenter
has to stop.
Yeah, I'll
stop sharing only.
Mr. Atik. Mr. Atik.
Yeah. He has stopped, please. Sir.
Yeah. Yes, madam. It's visible. Your screen is visible. Yeah.
Okay.
You can start, madam.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to one and all gathered here. Before going to the presentation, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Dayananda Sagar College of Bangalore, who have given me the opportunity to present my paper in this forum. Thank you. Let me start my presentation. So, my title is the overview of the green building materials, right? So, my presentation will be going on, will go like this. Let me start from the introduction. Next comes the existing problem that pertain to the existing building material, conventional building materials. Then what is meant by the green building material, that we are going to see. Then how to evaluate whether the building material is suitable or fulfill the requirement as a green building material. Then what is the risk factor behind that? Then the conclusion comes. So here my presentation will go. Let me start from the introduction. See, the lifestyle of the human being is keep on changing. So because of this reason, in the regular life, the existing building, the life of the existing building is actually reducing, and there comes the demolition as well as the renovation of the building. That is actually increasing, right? So because of the changing in the lifestyle of the human, so this is all happening, right? So this development, this demolition and renovation in the construction industry, this completely depend on the depletable resources. Okay, so when you deplete the resources, as you all know, we should think of the sustainable development. So in that context, when we want to have a sustainable construction industry to exist, we need to have a, we need to update the consumption of the depletable resources. Okay, that is very important. So in this context, that exists the green building material, right? So when you look into the overview of the problems that the existing conventional building material has got, is nothing but energy that is consumed in that building material and the carbon emissions that is coming out, which will eventually polluting the environment, and the high usage of the water. See, energy, as we say, the energy, this is nothing but the person who are all involved in the construction industry will be disseminating much energy to remove the material from one place to the another. Likewise, and the carbon emissions, we have some embodied carbon emissions in the wood, and in the concrete and whatever the material we are using, they will have a separate embodied carbon emissions. That also we should look into it. If the carbon emission is increasing, that is, the carbon dioxide is coming out, and automatically that is a greenhouse gas. This will increase the temperature of the earth. So next one is usage of water. So that is also is a main criterion. We should go to look into the different material that will, which will be when it is used to reduce the usage of the water. So these are all some of the, I have just listed some of the existing problems that the conventional building material will encounter. So we should find out a good building material which will overcome all these problems. That is very important, right? So these are all the thing what I have explained. It's shown here in the shown here as an image. So the technical edge that we are seeing for the conventional building material is nothing but environmental pollution, depletion of existing resources, energy consumption, and the byproducts, production of byproducts, and high maintenance and the health impact. So all these things are all the demerits of the conventional building material what we are using now, right? So when we are talking about the green building material, we can also say this green building material as a sustainable building material. Okay, so to go green, we need to find out such a green building material. See, when we talk about this, we should understand what do you mean by this. Okay? So naturally, it should overcome all the demerits of the existing building material. So there comes the prevention of the pollution. It may be either a air, water, or a land, and it should conserve the water, right? And it should toxins which are all exposed from the materials should be lowered so as that the human should not expose to it. Then it should contribute to minimize the impact of the environmental degradation, right? See, the byproducts which are all coming from the material should not degrade the environment. Then ultimately, the green building material should provide a room for a healthy living for a occupant to live into it. So when the entire thing are satisfied, then that particular material can be called as a green building material, right? So we have got 7 components of this green building material. That is nothing but water efficiency, waste reduction, toxin reduction, indoor air quality, energy efficiency, operation and maintenance optimization, then naturally the material efficiency. So all these 7 components must be analyzed individually. Okay? Then only we should come to the conclusion whether the material what you have chosen is nothing but a green building material and it is not at all deteriorating or degrading the environment. Thereby it provides a healthy room for the sustainable living or the of the occupants, right? So these are all the following potentials or the merits that the green building should have. So okay, so to achieve the material efficiency, it must be long lasting, it should be recycled and reused again. Some of the product can be reused again, some of the product can be recycled. So to design the building in such a manner, it will allow the use of fewer materials. As far as possible, fewer materials could be used in designing the entire building. Okay, compared to that of the conventional building, I'm saying. To employ the processes that use less water, raw material, and energy. So all these things are the potentials of using the green building materials, right? So it should have the following property like recycled, biodegradable, and especially it should be locally available. Okay? When it is locally available, then naturally the cost and the time of procuring those building material will be automatically reduced. Okay? Right? See, as I told the above, the slide which I have shown you before will tell you what is the property of the building material, then how to evaluate. That is very important. So how to evaluate? See, we have 3 stages. Actually, the evaluation of the green building material actually starts from gathering the material and to the disposal. So in between, we have got so many processes. All these things should be considered in this context, right? So in order to evaluate that building material, we have 3 stages: pre-building stage, ongoing building stage, and the post-building stage. These are all the 3 stages that we need to evaluate one by one after the another. Right? So this first stage consisting of the finding the raw material which can be extracted, manufactured, packaging, and transportation to the building sites. See, all the material which are involved in manufacturing, packaging, and transporting a particular building material has to be analyzed. So this can be said as a raw material. Okay? And the second stage during the building construction, okay, it actually commences during the constructing the building. So it involves the maintenance and the repairing of the material, right? Some of the material what you're using now needs much maintenance activity, and similarly repairing is also will be there. So that also look into it. So we should find out the better material which has a less maintenance and has a less time for repairing, right? And everlasting or long lasting, we can say. So the third one, which is considered as a least recognized stage, is the third stage, and this refers to the post building stage. As I told you, we need to analyze from the gathering of the building material to the end the disposal of the material, right? Okay, so in this context, when we look into the third stage, in this stage, the material could possibly recycled in its entire, as it is entirely, or it can be some part of the material can be used, or it can be recycled, or it should be thrown away, right? So when coming to the solid waste disposal, we need to analyze whether it can be reused. We have got 3 R's, right? Reuse, recycle, and remodel. Okay, so all these things we should analyze. And there comes the third stage, and this which is considered as a least stage, because when I'm saying the third stage is a least recognized stage, while choosing the raw material itself, when we feel that material will be very much suitable for the sustainable development of the environment, then naturally the disposal will also be reduced, right? Disposal, when you come to the context of disposal, you will not be encountering much problem. Okay, so because of that, like we can say the third stage is a least recognized stage, right? So I'm just displaying some of the green material that can be used. Okay, as you all know, some of the materials you might have known already, and some of the materials may be new to us. Okay, so bamboo, right? And we have that engineered wood. Okay, so engineered wood can be used, right? And we have straw bales and reclaimed wood, and we have corks, right? And mycelium. See, mycelium is actually a root-like fibers that founds in the mushroom. Okay? So this can be used as a base building material, which can actually withstand extreme high temperature, right? So, and we have got some more materials like ferroc and recycled steel. In the recycled steels, in the ferroc, we can use some steel dust, okay, in order to produce the concrete. So it is ultimately called as ferroc, since the concrete as well as the ferrous materials are mixed together, it forms a concrete. We can say that is a ferroc. Okay, and some of the materials which I have listed here, like light emitting cement, Martian concrete, self-healing of the cracked concrete using bacteria, and wood foams, transparent wood, are all newly created green building materials. It is under testing. Okay, so these are all some of the green building materials which will ultimately save the energy, right, and ultimately reduce the carbon emissions, which has a reduced level of embodied carbon in it. Thereby, it emit less carbon emissions. Like actually the usage of water can also be reduced. So these are all some of the green building material that can be replace the existing conventional material. Actually, we are not going to produce a new material. The existing material, how the existing material can be converted into a green building material, that must be our motto. And how to reduce the material in the construction, that must be the main motto of any construction engineer, right? So now coming to the risk factor, we have some risk factor that lies on using the green building material, right? See, the first one is negligence of the constructability in the green design. This is the major risk factor that many of the contractors and many of the engineers will just neglect it. They should look into it. Then design related risk factors includes inexperience of the designer in the green project and the limited creativity, innovation in green designs, and slower response to change orders. So these are all the design criteria, because when we are talking about the design criteria, we should look into the load that is coming into the building. It is very important whether the material what we have chosen will withstand the load, withstand a load or not, and what is the simply talking about green building, we should see the I mean, what to say, the durability of the material also, whether that particular building which is constructed by using green building material, whether the duration of the building is increased or not, or what we should compare. So all these things we should analyze once we are going to get a good green building material. That is very important. So this risk factor is also there while using the green building material, right? So coming to the conclusion part, ultimately, when we are talking about the green building material, we should talk about the sustainability. Okay, then the sustainable building material needs to be used properly and contextually in every community development, and at the same time, the risk that exists in using the green material should also be addressed in a proper way, right? With that, I just want to end my presentation, sir. Thank you for the listening.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
I would like to. I would.
Yes, Shivaratnan, you can add, please.
Yes. From this research work, what we could able to understand that we could not have a society if we destroy the environment. And one more thing, the earth will not continue to offer its harvest except with faithful stewardship. We can't say we love the land and then take steps to destroy it for use by future generation. Yes, building materials are the major pollutant, but we must take some effective steps for avoiding the pollutants by introducing the green materials like ferrac and the recycled steel. That is inevitable, and that is a heart of the hour to introduce the green material, or otherwise we could not leave nothing to the future generation. So all the contractors and the promoters must think of how to utilize the green material for their construction and all other perspectives relating to the civil engineering work. That is a better way of adding or providing the better life for the future generation. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. So
Thank you very much.
Please be with us for the question
and
answer
answer
session. Yeah.
Professor Abhijit,
Yes, sir.
I think the time is running short.
Yeah.
So what we will do is that we'll start with, just before that, I would like to, congratulate the management of Dayanand Sagar, and especially.
Sir, please switch on your video, sir. Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir.
So I would like to congratulate the management of Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering, the entire Dayanand Sagar institutions, and especially the heads of the department for organizing this conference, and Professor
Dr. H.K. Ramaraju, sir.
Ramaraju, sir, and Professor Prakash, really congratulations, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. The conference is very well organized, and especially I'm impressed by the session allotted to me, because you see all the four authors are from different fields, and especially there, it was not like listening to paper presentations, because they're all faculty members. I think the students, if they have really listened to this attentively. A very good session for the students, especially because they are not, student or research, except for one scholars presenting. They are more like our colleagues, professors presenting their research and project work. I'm really impressed. And we'll start with the fourth one because the fourth people must be online. And congratulations, Professor Sujata and Professor Shivara Mohan for choosing this green building materials. As Professor Shivara Mohan said, I think the need of the hour is recycling. And I think it is being followed in every field nowadays. And what Professor Shivaraman told is that we should not give burden to our Mother Earth and try to maintain it as much as possible. And that's the way we can look at the future of our children and to maintain safe environment. I have one question to Professor Sujata. You said that there is a light emitting cement. Can you tell me what is a light emitting cement, please?
So I think Dr. Sujata will give answer for this.
Dr. Sujata, please unmute your mic.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sir? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Madam, what is light emitting cement? I'm just curious to know.
Actually, sir, I mean, during the morning time, that concrete will absorb the light, sir. Just like our, what to say, the sun thing, no, sir, solar system. Just like that, the concrete will absorb the light during the daytime and it will emit light during the night time. That way we can reduce the power source. Actually, it is under
research.
Yes, sir. Under research, sir.
Under research. Okay. So,
I have come across one paper. Just I want to say regarding the new material that is upcoming. I just want to. I just shared it, sir.
Okay.
Also, madam, the architects nowadays are all promoting this green architecture. I think the civil engineering department and architecture people involved should. I think you can collaborate with them to bring out this new concepts. And
Yes,
I'm especially very honored to listen to this talk by both of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Professor Abhijit, do you have anything to ask?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My one simple question now, sir. I mean, we know that we are in a developing state, and a lot of the old buildings are being demolished, and the energy required to recycle these demolished building waste is found to be very high. So,
yes, sir.
So, I mean, how can we actually substantiate it? I mean, reuse of this demolished building waste.
Are you asking about the energy that is involved?
Yeah, energy required to convert.
He means that anyway we are trying to reduce carbon content.
Yeah, carbon emission.
Content. Yes, but in recycling, you will be, producing more carbon content, and that means what he's asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That I accepted. Actually,
it's a tough question.
Material, yes, sir. We all know that the pollution that is existing in Delhi, because of the growing mountain of the garbage that is existing, that pollution is existing. We all know that even after it has to be that Kazipur yard must be closed before some years back, but it is not at all closed. It is still under running condition. You will know about it. So that growing mountain of garbage can be reduced to some extent when we go for recycling, right? So ultimately the thing will be compensating. The thing will be compensating with that of the the carbon emission and reducing the growing mountain of the garbage. Only that I can say, sir.
Yes, madam. I stayed
Yes,
for
sir.
3 months.
Yeah.
Just beside the garbage, I stayed for 3 months. So for some training program, so it was difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, so we move on to the first presenter, Professor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. And next one is pedestrian crossing behavior influences for severity analysis. Professor Sethi, are you
Yes, sir.
available?
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Satyanand Sethi.
Good
Yes, sir.
afternoon.
I'm there.
Please switch on your video.
Yes, sir.
Satyanand Sethi.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear from you. I'm glad that you're pursuing this as your major topic of your research.
Sir.
I think you have presented human parameters for your paper today. I don't know, are you pursuing your vehicle parameters and also environmental parameters for your research work?
Sir, vehicle parameter I'm taking, that is a part of that, that environmental is a part of that.
What do you mean by
climatic
environment?
condition only, sir. Climatic condition only we are taking. That is not our research parameter actually. That is a just a research based thing is there.
So environmental factors, I meant that
No, not sir included over here, sir.
so but then when you're doing your pedestrian vehicle parameters or whatever, you will be doing two types of probably three weather conditions separate and the day and night studies also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Broadly, when we will emphasize to that, then environmental factor will be also a factor over there, sir.
Okay. How does this study help you in deciding or changing signal timings? So, in which method would you like to use it?
That curve squeezing, the enlargement of curve, sir. At the time of when crossing, we have to enlarge that curve width, sir. Then the lighting system, two things we are introducing.
So you mean to say that so you have different parameters coming out of the study. Adults,
yes,
pedestrian crossing time is different. Which one will you take for your calculation of all red time?
Sir?
Which one will you adopt for calculating red time in a signal?
I will take, sir, that for the children's and the youngster. Youngster, I will take that timing.
But they take less time to cross.
Yes, sir. For that only, we have to analyze between them. Then we have to provide. That's what I have given over there, sir. We have to make some rules and regulation over there, and the time frame we have to take according to them. Sir. Why they are not?
Most of the safety studies says that you should design your parameters for VRU, vulnerable road users.
Sir.
And in your study, vulnerable road users are aged people. What is your alternative to this? Because if you take VRU pedestrian crossing time, your signal cycles.
Sir.
So what is your suggestion?
Sir, we have to first make them awareness, sir. Awareness is a major factor about them, and we have to, as we don't have any laws for the pedestrian, we have to introduce a pedestrian law over there. And before that introduction of the pedestrian law, we have to take a wide discussion among with them.
My suggestion is that if there are more vulnerable road users, then you have to have, other than the regular pedestrian crossing, alternatives available to them to cross, like the passes or whatever it is. Those are the, otherwise if you allow them with the regular fast pedestrian crossing, I think if it depends on the percentage of user pedestrians also. That's a very exhaustive study. I think you're going in the right direction, and my congratulations for presenting this paper.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sethi, for your nice presentation. Only thing is, I mean, when you're collecting the data, when you are showing us the data on which parameters you have collected, the employment status was not included because the hurriedness or the slowness is basically dependent on the employment.
Yes, sir.
So that particular parameter was not considered in your data collection.
Yes, sir. In future, I will elaborate that one, sir. Just now we have taken only that how much earning is there on earn basis, monthly income base we have done. That employability skill we are enhancing in future scope, sir.
Okay, thank you for the nice presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sorry for the interruption, sir.
Yes, madam.
Shall we leave the meeting, sir?
Yes, madam, you can.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
In case there are any other questions to Professor Sethi also, others, if you have anything, you can.
No, sir, there is no questions from the in the chat box, so we can continue.
So we move on to the next presenter, Mr. Atikullah Khan. Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Yes, yes. Mr. Atikullah Khan, this is very good research work going on.
Thank you
Dr.
very
Kumar
much.
is a very well-known personality in the field of in the academics field.
You know him, sir?
Yes, I.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you are doing your work under him. Is a very good professor to guide you. And this I have. You said that heating is done. How did you do heating of the?
Sorry, sir.
How did you do the heating process? Your
Sir,
research.
in our R&D lab, oven is there, sir. That oven can be heat up to 1000 degrees centigrade.
Okay. What sort of oven is
after
that?
Preparing specimen, after preparation of specimen, I keep the specimen in that oven for hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour duration is there by following ISO graph.
But
After heating, yes, sir.
Okay. So now you said that you heat also. Now, where are the situations where you will reach this sort of temperatures?
Sir, in industrial or in high-rise buildings, sudden if a building catches the fire, then after 1 hour or within 30 minutes, a fire brigade reach there to the spot and they minimize the fire. So now after catching the fire, the strength will going to reduce. Strength decreases.
Does that mean that your study is more as you said that it is to elevated temperatures?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the topic of your research title?
So elevated means CFST column subjected to the elevated temperature. Sir.
This is the topic of the paper. Is your research also same?
Yes, sir. Research is in the same direction. That one part of the work I am presenting here, sir.
Okay, which is very good. Extreme situations are really, especially in high-rise buildings, are very dangerous. And where are you doing your research, Professor Khan? This work, where are you doing?
Sorry, sir.
Where is your research going on?
In Ramnagar, sir, Hosea College of Engineering.
Oh, you have a heating unit subjected to so much, and I'm very happy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what are the? You said that you do microstructure analysis of concrete, which goes up to, which brings in changes in your XRD and other analysis. What is your remedial measure? You just showed. I don't think you showed any remedial measures.
Sorry, sir. Your voice is breaking, sir. Little.
You said that we have done microstructure analysis of concrete.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
You said that concrete changes its structure due to temperature.
Correct, sir.
What are the remedial measures?
Sir, micro pores are changing, sir. Because of
what do you do to keep it stable? Have you done any work on that?
Yes, I have done that work. The samples after testing, I took the sample to Jyoti College of Engineering.
No, that is okay. That is good. But what is the remedy?
I'm not getting clear question, sir.
What is the remedy for this behavioral changes? What is the alternative to see that it does not change, the structure does not change?
So that alternative I didn't find, sir. But just first time this topic I am studying when it is subject to how the microstructure is going to change. Maybe some fire resisting cover or any paint.
Yes, something like that. Because you said that your focus is on temperature study.
Yes, sir. Correct.
And in that case, you should have some remedial measures to whatever is. Okay, that's my suggestion.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Otherwise, the research work is excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you very
much. Nice presentation also.
Thank you, sir.
Professor Abhijit.
Mr. Atik, can you switch on your video, please?
Sure, sir.
We want to see you. Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Now, I have one question. I mean, in this CFST columns, basically the strength of this column increases because of the triaxial stresses that get developed. Is it right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So there is another parameter. I mean, this happens basically because of the confinement of the concrete. So now the concrete, whenever we are in the green stage, it is there, we fill it into the column, and later on when it hardens, it shrinks.
Yes, sir.
If it shrinks, will there be a contact bonding between the steel column and the concrete? Will there not be any gap?
So, at micro level, there is a gap between the steel inner surface to the concrete surface, sir. So that different studies there, sir. Oh, one more, my colleague, he is carrying out that study.
Yeah, then the triaxial stresses will not get induced because the confinement is not there.
So
and further,
further,
whenever you're testing it for temperature, the coefficient of thermal expansion of steel is much higher than concrete. The steel expands more, so that gap will become much more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So then how are you going to defend it as a CFST column?
So that is a different part, sir, that I am not focusing.
No, it's okay.
I have to look on this, sir.
Mr. Khan, it's okay. It's a relevant question. You can pursue that and then check for that debonding.
Sure, sir. So I will note this point, sir.
Just out of
just an opinion from our side.
It's just a discussion. No.
Yeah, sure, sir.
You can
check with the concrete core.
Yeah. Thank you. It was a nice presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
So we move on to the next paper and by Mr. Gully, and glad that he is here. If I am not wrong, he is from Syria. Yeah. So he is here, and glad to note that an industry person is also pursuing some kind of research work. Mr. Gully, are you here?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yes. Congratulations.
Please switch on your video.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome. That's good.
Congratulations, and this paper is very useful for construction technology students if they are logged in, and I'm sure nowadays everything is related to project management, and it's a very good presentation. Now tell me, you said that there is a difference between PMO and project manager. Which one is important? Most you can prioritize. You can say PMO is first or project manager is first. Which one is first?
Which one is the best?
Who has more importance?
Actually, it's complicated. The project manager, actually, the project management office needs to humans to enter the data, to
Excellent answer. Excellent answer.
So,
Yes. Without the project manager, PMO is useless. So project management office needs the project manager to perform. I think that will be is a very good answer.
yes, the
And
project
yeah,
needs-
in your software, you didn't show where you have provision for unforeseen conditions, force majeure, those things. Where do you how do you accommodate that? You have a PMO provided already, and suddenly your project has some problems like material non-availability and some rescheduling and force majeure. How do you make provisions for those things? How do you make
first,
how do you make provision for those things? Did you get the question?
your voice is the interruption. I can't hear the question well.
Professor Abhijit, did you get the question?
Yeah. Can I?
Yes.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What professor is asking is, how can you accommodate unforeseen things that are going to happen in the site? Maybe the non-availability of material, maybe because of some environmental conditions, maybe because of heavy rainfall, heavy snowfall, the project gets delayed. So those things, how are you going to accommodate in your PMO?
We enter all the information to the database. Then, according to reports that we get, we can how can I clarify? According to earned value methodology, project management office regularly monitors the performance of the project as it considers the effective tool for linking the actual completion of the planned work within the project with time that has elapsed and the cost that was spent compared to the project time and the financial plan. After we calculate the earned value, we can. There are some questions that we have to answer, such as what's the current state of the project regarding time plan and budget, and when the project and is achievement continues at the same rate. I'm a little bit nervous.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. I mean, this is just an input given from the professor. So, I mean, if you are not included or thought about it, please think about it and try incorporating it in your software. That would be a suggestion from our side. That's it.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. I don't have any more thing.
Yeah. Thank you. Sir, we can, I think that we can conclude this session.
Yes.
I thank Jagdish sir, for accepting our invitation and being the chair. I'm really privileged to co-chair this session with you. Thank you once again. And now I hand it over to Ranjita madam to wind up this session.
Thank you, Professor Abhijit. Thanks for being my co-chair, and I really enjoyed the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ranjita madam, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I thank Dr. Jagdish HS and Dr. Abhijit CC for chairing the session and providing useful inputs. I also thank all the speakers for the wonderful presentations. We shall now break for lunch and come back at 2 p.m. IST for technical session 3. Please rejoin back using the same link. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, professors. Thank you, students. Thank you.
Thank you very much.